Hello Lucas H fans, welcome back to another exciting show. This is the weekend show with your host K.L.P. Lucas. We're running on our 10th season. Hopefully you guys are ready for another exciting show here today. Today is very, very exciting because we have a lot of things to talk about, and hopefully you guys are having a grand slam weekend. Of course, on the list here, Out of Bounds. Ladies and gentlemen, Out of Bounds is here. So Out of Bounds is now playing on Dailymotion. The link will be in the description below. That movie, wow, that movie took a long time for us to film, but I'm glad it did because it turned out really, really well for all of our fans out there. I heard on the news for Dailymotion that my movie, well, our movie, K.L.P Entertainment and Host Street Studios, Out of Bounds, is on the selective choice to be voted the number three slot in the best stop motion movie for Dailymotion. So I can't wait to see the results of that. I can't wait to see that people are actually seeing the movie, they're actually enjoying the story, and they actually enjoy the new film style that we started doing. Let me tell you a little bit about it. Starting when I started to film, Out of Bounds, we were, writing for it, and it was just a very accomplishment because I know that a lot of people knew that I was doing like the we me people for the films, but now I'm actually incorporating actual people, so it just, that movie was very fun to film, to really tell a story, a unique original story. It's not true. Some of the events is not true per se in the movie. Of course, Grayson Wilder, he's not a real person, but with my creative writing skills, I wrote it down really well. So hopefully you guys are going to go check that movie out. It's in the link description again. You guys go check it out because it's really, it's a great movie. We worked really hard on it. About 4 or 5 months we worked on it, and it took an extra month to edit. So hopefully you guys have, just enjoy the film, Out of Bounds. Now, one more thing, again, for K.L.P Entertainment is Poetic Soul. So, this was not a surprise. Everyone on my Twitter and Instagram and even Facebook knows that I post music posts, and they wonder, what is K.L.P Kennedy Lucas working on in Host Stream Studios. But yes, we've been working, and we're still working on our third album, Poetic Souls. It's going to be coming out January 5th, 2018, of course, next year. There's going to be a special song release. What's Up With You Tonight will be released December 29th, so you guys can get a little taste of Poetic Soul even before the album comes out. So very, very excited for that. It's an R&B, rapping, rhythm and blues album that I'm working with, and with collaborations with a whole bunch of people like Masquerade Beats and Dreamlight and like so many other companies like that who are just happen collaborating together and to get this album to get #1 and really get up there. So I'm really excited for that as well. I'm so excited for that album to come out because I really can't wait for the music that you guys will hear. You guys know what I'm talking about. But here on the show, we are going to let you hear a little snippet of What's Up With You Tonight, Cave Smooth, featuring yours truly, K.L.P Kennedy Lucas. So take a listen.
It's the way you show your partner that you care about them. Every person has their own idea what romantic might consider. Yeah, for some of us, we dressing up, buying flowers and jewelry, anything. We on the road, K.L.P be the name, and we rapping on these beats. What you doing?
Thank you. So, sorry Lucas H fans, that's all you get. That's all you get for now, but stay tuned. In December, that song's going to be fully released, and you really get to hear the song a couple days before the album comes out until we go to the next year, so I can't wait for that. Now, another announcement again for K.L.P Entertainment and Host Stream Studios. Stay tuned this week because this week is going to be a slam dunk of gaming. So Omega Gaming has come back for the series, and of course we're going to be doing a series of Sonic Mania. Thank you. So Sonic Mania is a really good game. I bought it for about $20 from the Xbox Microsoft Store. Of course, you go to PlayStation Store and get it, or Nintendo Store to get the same get the same game for the same price. Sonic Mania is really awesome. I really do like how they incorporated the classics with some new stages. Gameplay is smooth. It's not too hard, not too easy. It's just right. It keeps you wanting to play more. Really great story mode. Very original. It seems like they incorporated a new story mode for Sonic Mania, but with a classic twist, if that makes sense. Of course, you have all sorts of characters, like these robots that's from Dr. Eggman. He built those robots, and now there's the little enemies of the game, and they're really telling the story of how the game should be played with that classic feel. Once you first play the game, you're gonna get a little dose of nostalgia when you see Sonic and Tails riding the plane. It reminds you of Sonic 3. And of course, they go back to Sonic 1, and then they make references of Sonic CD with the bosses and the enemies that you see in the stages. And of course, from going from past to future to the special stage. So, and all the classic Sonic games that you were prone to play from Sega Genesis, Sega Saturn, and Sega Mega Drive crammed into one spectacular game with a hint of some new stages designed by the team. Now, I really do like this game that much because the people who made the game, Christian Whitehead, Headcanon, and I forget the other guy's name's company, but they're all coming together because they're all fans of Sonic. So I really do agree with Sega. They're going to have a job for a long time. They're going to be working for Sega for a very long time, because if you produce a game like this, 8.7 from Metacritic, 9 out of 10 from GameSpot, IGN rated this also 9 out of 10. This is a very good game if you're going to give them the very high ratings that it deserves. And I really do believe Sega is trying to make a comeback with Sonic and with the whole series. I really do predict that they're going to make a lot of DLCs for the game. Of course, this game is only digital, so it's not, you know, a lot of people wanted an actual physical copy of the game. But for what it is, I think digital is the way to go, because it's going to be costly for this type of game. It's going to cost them a lot of money to make discs, to make covers of it. So it's really good that they made just this digital. Very easy to use. You know, go online and buy it, and it's very quick. When I when I downloaded the game, it took nothing but like 10 minutes to download. So that was really good, because the megabits were kind of small, but you know, 10 minutes and I was playing, you know. So I really do like it how games are implementing, you know, the digital versions where it's a quick download. It's a quick buy, quick download. Of course, if you guys want to go out there and get it, you know, they do have collector's edition. They have the Sonic statue standing on top of the Sega Genesis. And a little jingle, you press the button and it says the Sega logo, like Sega. So it's really cool. Not $60 cool, but it's pretty cool. Again, there's certain things that I will buy. I'm a huge Sonic fan, trust me. I have, you know, action figures of Sonic figures, but you know, we just, you know, on a budget here. So Sonic Mania is really good, and Omega Gaming will be doing a series for Omega Gaming and YouTube at K.L.P Entertainment and Daily Motion at K.L.P Entertainment. Those 3 channels, we're going to be doing some gameplay, and we're going to be uploading the series for twitch.tv/Omega Gaming. We want to emphasize that more because you'll like it better more on Twitch. So Sonic Mania, ladies and gentlemen, please go out and go get it, because it's a good game. We're going to take a quick commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to do a little bit of reviews. Stay tuned. Hello, Stage fans. Welcome back to the weekend show with your host, Kennedy Lucas. Hopefully, you guys are having a Grand Slam weekend, and we're back with another talk show for the weekend. Hopefully, you guys are ready for it, because it's season 10. We're pulling out all the stops today. We're trying to make sure we are the best of the best when it comes to these type of shows. Of course, it's season 10. We got to kick it off right. So I wanted to emphasize so much more on the reviews, because this is kind of what we do on the talk show. Of course, we're going to talk about a little bit with WWE SummerSlam. So as you guys know, I'm a huge WWE fan. A lot of people say that it's fake, it's just entertainment. I'm tired of people saying that, because all over Twitter people are saying that this stuff is fake, but it's not. It's entertainment, it's sales. You know, it's all about sales. SummerSlam was a great pay-per-view last night. By the time you're seeing it, it's going to be like a week old, but SummerSlam last night was a great pay-per-view. We had great matches. My bae, Sasha Banks, won the belt women's championship finally. I'm really proud of that, because I'm a huge fan of the women's revolution, and they're really trying to emphasize that more. And Sasha Banks is now your 4-time women's champion, so I really do love that. SmackDown Women's Champion, I am so sad because Naomi, that is also bae, and she works out. She got some rocking good abs, and she's kind of sexy. So, but she lost the belt last night to Natalya. I'm really glad for Natalya though, because it's been a while since Natalya had a championship match or a championship belt. So it's about time that they're kind of grooming her up a bit, because not to say that Natalya was getting old, but she's getting a little bit older. So, you know, she's about to retire. Not very soon, but soon enough she's going to retire, because she's, you know, she's getting up there, you know, she's getting kind of, you know, like kind of old news a little bit. So I'm glad that they're trying to groom her now, so that way it looks good now, so that way when she's getting older it doesn't matter. Of course we have the New Day versus the Usos. I believe the Usos won the championship belt. Sad day that they lost the belt. New Day lost the belt, but it's okay. I'm sure they're gonna get it back. New Day, that whole clique, they're not going anywhere. I think they're gonna be here to stay. Of course, we had Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt. That match was quite interesting because they're finally, and I'm gonna say this with today's show because they're really grooming these new people. Well, not really so new, but they're grooming people. So Finn Balor, they're trying to groom him now. They made him the Demon King Finn Balor, which I kind of like better than just the regular Finn Balor because it brings out character when he's playing the Demon King. So he won his match against Bray Wyatt. Great match. It was very, very enticing. Of course, this part was sad because it was Shinsuke Nakamura versus Jinder Mahal. I'm gonna give props to Jinder Mahal if he's somehow watching today's show, because I remember when back in the day it was 2000. Again, he wrestled in 2009, and then it was 2015. Took a break and come back in 2017. They really groomed him because when he was wrestling 2014, 2015, he was small. He was part of the 3-man band. He was a nobody. He was a nobody wrestler. He was a fill-in. He was very, very small. He wasn't swole. Left, he came back. He's big as hell. Like, I see him, it's like, god damn, you know, like, damn, like he's huge, you know. So I'm really glad that they pushed him and they are really grooming him up to be the wrestler, you know. He's gotten bigger, he's gotten swole, and he's champion. So, you know, anything happens if you put your mind into it. And I think for Jinder Mahal, he really put his mind to it. He put his mind to wrestling. Again, back when he was coming up, no one liked him. No one liked what he did. But now, seeing him now, he's going to go far in the career. So he ended up winning the championship belt, which is okay. You know, I wanted Shinsuke Nakamura to win the championship title because it's time for him to get groomed too. It's time for him to stand up and to do what he does best and wrestle really, really, really well. So I'm thinking that they're going to hold Nakamura off. He's going to get the belt one day. It's just SummerSlam was not his night. It was kind of sad to see because, okay, Jinder Mahal, he's champion, but let it pass the baton a little bit. Of course, we had Brock Lesnar versus Samoa Joe versus Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman. Sorry. Brock Lesnar wins the championship match, which was kind of weird because I read on C-Scoops and I read for Wrestle Talk. Wrestle Talk's another YouTube channel. They're saying that Brock Lesnar will no longer be working for WWE. So I kind of thought they were pushing the angle that Brock Lesnar will lose the match, because again, the stipulation is if he loses the championship belt, he will not be working for WWE. So I thought he was going to leave. I thought last night was his last match, but it ends up that he retains the title. Of course, that match was chaotic. It was very good. These matches made the fans say, "Holy shit!" Like, this match really was not dangerous, but it was extreme and it was chaotic. And I really do like matches like that because it's very, very interesting that they're really pulling out all the stops for this match. Another match that happened, it was Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins versus Cesaro and Sheamus. Rollins and Ambrose wins the title. Pretty good that they're trying to bring back the angle of the Shield. I really do think that they're going to go far with that because they're trying to test these mixed tag teams like Sheamus and Cesaro. That was a mixed tag team. Like, they were just like out of the ordinary. They put them together. Now they're putting Ambrose and Rollins together. And now they're Raw Tag Team Champions. So it's pretty good that they're trying to implement that. Rusev and Randy Orton's match lasted 2 seconds. But it was it was a quick match, but Randy Orton ended up winning the match. So I mean, not too much to say on that match because it was just kind of quick. And of course, you have AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens as Shane McMahon being the special guest referee. That match was funny because every time I was watching it, it seemed like Shane was just getting his ass kicked. Shane McMahon will always be a fan favorite of mine because I like his style. I have his theme song on my iPod because I just love his music. So he's pretty cool. He's like the cool guy. And of course, every big pay-per-view that he's in, his kids are always there, So talk about family support. I love it. And that's pretty much it for WWE SummerSlam. Great pay-per-view. It was a great pay-per-view, I will have to say. Now, back in the past, WWE, they didn't do great pay-per-views, but SummerSlam was a great one. And I'm glad they made it great because it's their 30th anniversary at the Barclays Center. So I'm really glad that they really nailed it and they really made some money off of SummerSlam because it was fantastic, y'all. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is a special game review. Who's ready? Alright, so this game here, ladies and gentlemen, is a fan favorite of mine because I'm a huge fan of Capcom. I have the 6th installment. I beat the 6th installment. The 6th is really, really good, but I wanted to go back. I wanted to go backwards because I never really played this game as much, and after playing this game, I'm really, really glad that I bought it, and I'm really, really glad that I played it as much. So this is Resident Evil 5. So, ladies and gentlemen, you guys know that I'm a huge video game collector. I try to buy games that I never really heard of or played before. This is the type of game that you never thought that Kennedy would buy, but I did. Pre-owned games for Xbox One, they have some really, really good deals. That's how I do my game shopping. I never really spend over $50 on a video game, depending if the game is well worth it for that money. I always go for $20 or less when it comes to video games because I just think that's very smart. Alongside with, Sonic Mania costing me $20, but, for a game like that, I'm willing to pay. But Resident Evil 5 is a great game. It's not your newest game that you see out there, but it's great. I really do like the mechanics. The mechanics are a little bit different, but I think that really pushes it to the edge. It says here on the back, you don't have to face your fear alone. So I really do like how they incorporated the multiplayer mode in here. So if you play Resident Evil 6, they kind of have the same kind of mechanic where you have two people with you. Same thing goes for this game. You're playing, but you're only playing as two characters. You're playing as Chris Redfield or Shiva Olimar, if I pronounce the last name, and they fight together, face to face together into the story mode. So you can either play between the girl or Shiva or Chris. It's 2 players, so I don't think I'm gonna ever get Ryan to play this type of game. But this game is 2 players, so you can always have a buddy to play with you and go through the story mode. They're celebrating Resident Evil's 20th anniversary with this game, so well worth it. I really do like the cover. The cover looks badass. It doesn't look too plain. It doesn't look too simple, but it doesn't look too busy. Of course, this game came with some modes, some DLCs that you can go out and get right now. But I have to give this game an 8 out of 10 for this, and it's really awesome. So the next thing we're going to talk about real briefly is the Netflix exclusive on today's show. Thank you. So you guys know how I do it, the Netflix exclusive. You guys know how I do it is the Netflix exclusive, and I just, this is what we do. Netflix is a great tool of mine. I like to watch it when I'm on my downtown, and I like to do my Netflix exclusive for today's show. So this week's exclusive we're going to talk about, and I love it, is Dear White People. So Dear White People, let me just say, Logan Browning is like one of the most beautiful girls that I've ever seen on TV today. She is our black queen, so she's gorgeous. She's very, very gorgeous. And especially in this show, she's a little sexy, if that makes sense. She's a little sexy in this show. So what it's about is about this college named Winchester. They're going through some racism issues at the school. They're divided. They have the white people, they have the black people, they have the Asian, they have all different types of people in their own little sector. So they're trying to come together and they're trying to resolve what you see in 2017. And I'm going to say this, we're not going to talk about politics that much, but I'm going to say this show makes sense because it teaches people what's going on in today's society with racism. So again, you have Logan Browning. She is playing Samantha White as the main character. She used to like a black dude named Reggie. Reggie, he's very funny too. She dating a white guy named Gabe. Again, I'm not a racist. I just gotta express what they are. So she's dating a white guy named Gabe and likes a guy named Reggie, and then that kind of comes to conflict. And then her best friend doesn't know, in a couple of the first 2 episodes, the best friend of hers doesn't know that she's dating a white dude, but she later finds out that Sam is, and it just kind of starting conflict because the friend believes in the whole you can only date your own color or your own race. Personally, I think that's wrong. I know this is just a show, but when I say this, I love interracial couples. I think they're like the most beautiful thing ever, So I don't think you should only date in your race, because if you're white, you can't just only date a white person. You can date a black person, you can date an Asian. It doesn't matter who you date, as long as you find love. The heart wants what it wants. So my little public announcement for today. But they kind of started in conflicts. Of course, Reggie goes through it with the campus police there at Winchester. They go through this huge party, and his best friend was singing a song and it said the N-word. I'm not going to say it because I can't say it on today's show because, YouTube, but it says the N-word. And, Reggie comes out and says, hey, man, don't say that, because and this I do agree with. It's so, and it's weird. It's weird how society works nowadays, that it's not okay for a white guy or a white person to say the N-word. It's just never okay. I hear people here in college, here on campus, white dudes say, oh, man, what's up, my, and I'm like, okay, why are you saying that? Like, why? And this is vice versa. Black people shouldn't call each other the N-word. I don't think, when somebody come to me and they say, hey, Kennedy, my N-word, I'm like, I'm not I'm a black African American, or black American citizen. I am not a, So, and you guys get what I'm going, where I'm going at with this. I just think it's just kind of bird brain. It's a little bit twisted with that. But onto the story with Dear White People. They have a little altercation. The campus police come in, and their campus police only questions Reggie, the black guy. And again, I'm not a racist, but this is what's going on in society, which I think we need to change. Asking for ID and, just calling him son and boy. Again, if a white person called me boy or son, I'm like, excuse me? Because it is just certain things you can't say to people. And if somebody say, hey boy, come here, I'm like, excuse me? No, I'm not your boy. So I get why Reggie did that in the show, because I wouldn't respond to that. I absolutely would not. So, it just racial conflict, and then campus police pull a gun on Reggie, and Reggie's scared for his life because he got a gun at his face. So he pulls out the ID, and then it just kind of simmers down from that. So again, Dear White People is a great show simply because it's trying to teach people here in our society what's really going on. I really do believe this stuff is still happening. It's not happening here on this campus because we're a very diverse school, but on a campus out there somewhere, this stuff is still happening. And I think Dear White People, the show, implements this more. I like the show more than I do the movie. They do have a movie that came out. It did really well in ratings, but I think the show from Netflix the show really gets this done simply because of the conflict that they're having, and it just really resolving. Of course, you have the other character with the afro. I don't know his name, but Lionel, that's his name in the show. The character, his name is Lionel. Turns out he's gay. He's very funny in the show because it was just like, yeah, you're gay, trying to have a threesome and then you like your roommate, so yeah, you're gay. So Dear White People, y'all, it's out for Netflix. Go check it out. It's a great kick-ass show. Again, Logan Browning, if you somehow watching this show, I love you. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's show, The Weekend Show with your host Kennedy Lucas. Please be sure to follow all of my social media accounts in the link description below. And hopefully you guys enjoyed today's show. This has been The Weekend Show with your host Kennedy Lucas. Logging out.